What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I really wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about what happened in 2022 and what I would like to see happening in 2023. Now, I didn't necessarily do the tag that quite a few people have been doing, which was Mel Thompson's tag that she created quite a few years ago now. I just really wanted to talk off the cuff like I usually do and get ready with me styles. I do not really talk about the makeup after like the first two items. I really am just spilling out information and just thanks to you all over the full face, but I did create this full face nonetheless on camera with you guys, talking to you all, and in the event that you are interested, yeah, let's just get into it. So for today's video, I thought that it would be really good for my first kind of official get ready with me post 2022 to do a wrap up video. I know a lot of YouTubers do this, so I'm not going to be any form of original, but I still want to do it for my channel nonetheless. And I forgot to wet my sponge. It has been some time since I filmed, and I want to celebrate the fact that I am able to film again. So give me a second, let me wet my sponge, and I'll get back to really fulfilling some of the wins that we made in 2022. Okay, we're back and we are ready to get going. Now, first off, I finally got my puzzle reframed. I'm so happy that I was able to afford it, but also that it was able to be done in what I feel like was a decent amount of time. I did go to Michael's. They have like a whole framing section there. I would definitely recommend waiting for a sale. They seem to do quite a few sales. So just wait till you get a sale. I think for my frame, because I didn't get it during a sale, I was just so like, you have to get this done. I think I ended up paying like maybe $130 for my frame. There's also padding under and all of that. So I was okay with that because it was one of those things where it's very important to me, that puzzle. It doesn't seem like something that would be important, but it is to me. And I really wanted to have it preserved in a better way than I kind of half made it. And for me, I frame a lot of things. Well, I used to. I don't really frame as much as I used to. At least I don't showcase it on my walls as much, but I have a lot of things in storage that are actually already framed. So the frame that I had it in, I just put it away. I'll probably use it later on down the road, but I just truly wanted to frame it in something that was true to what it is. In case you were wondering, I just put on the Danessa Myricks Blur Balm. I realized that that was in my shop, my stash, and it kind of somehow ended up out of that area. I will be doing an overhaul with a little bit of my organization this year. I'm actually very excited. There's something that I'm waiting to come back in stock with IKEA, at least the one near my house. Hopefully it will be coming back soon, but there were some other things that I was able to get. So things are making progress and I'm happy about that. But next we're going to do Pat McGrath. I'm going to stop talking about the makeup because I really want to talk about what we were able to accomplish in 2022, but everything will be down below. Don't you worry. So, and I think we're going to say I'm going to try my absolute best to actually link down below too. That is going to be something that I'm going to try to do in 2022 or 2023. But let's talk about then, and then we'll talk about what I want to look forward to. Now, if you are not a content creator on YouTube, you may not know that YouTube monthly sends you emails. These emails span a variety of different things, but for a majority of the time, it is like telling you like your positives, your negatives, what you've done, and like how you can kind of improve. Because YouTube does, I will say, push a lot of that type of content. I wouldn't say it necessarily helps, but they do talk about it a lot. And so I made sure to flag the email that they talked about my 2022 so that I could use that as like a benchmarker. Because from my perspective, 2022 was one of my best years on this platform, not only in my creativity, but also just in like my growth because of me. Now, there was a previous year where a previous YouTuber, she doesn't go by the name anymore, but if you guys used to watch Makeup Struggles, I think her name now is like Shay86 something. I don't remember the name. And I will, of course, have her down below in case you care to go follow her now. She actually shouted me out coincidentally on my birthday, like at least 3 or 4 years ago. And that year, previous to this year, was actually my biggest jump in subscriber count and like just interaction in general, because she was such a huge YouTuber, and she still is. Just she doesn't post as regularly, which it happens. Some people, it's just not the thing to do for, you know, a very long period of time. And she always made that known. But regardless, I'm getting beside myself. 2022 was just my year, I felt like, where I finally understood what I could bring to the beauty community. I was also finding myself because of so many different things that were going on with me, and honestly are still going on with me, and just over and over again. And I'm just so thankful. So before I even get into the details and the numbers and all of that, I just want to say I am so thankful for anybody who found me last year. If you found me early this year, so happy. Anybody who took the time to watch any of my videos, comment, like, anything, any form of interaction with my videos, my content. And when I was halfway decently, really posting decently on Instagram, I appreciate that as well. Instagram was one of those things that just had to be dropped. The ball just had to be dropped on that. And so because of you, so many different things happened in 2022. So I finally hit 1,000 subscribers. I believe at like the tail end of 2022, I was at 1.2, maybe 6, something around there. I believe right now I'm at 1.27, but we're getting into the weeds of things. But either way, here's some stats for my channel that YouTube sent to me. I had 35.8K total views. Are you serious? 323.1 thousand minutes watched for my channel alone. I had 4,903 likes for my channel. 408 new subscribers in 1 year alone. And then October was like my best year. Of course, one of my highest watched videos was, of course, my House Labs review. I think everybody saw that coming. And just overall, there was just so much growth in my channel. And like I said, I just truly want to thank you all for that, because I genuinely did not see that coming. There were so many things that were happening for me, and the fact that I was able to grow that year in specific, and even though, I mean, 408 subscribers in a year doesn't seem like a lot for some channels, but for me it has been. I felt like I've been like ticking along, you know, thinking I was never going to do anything more than what I have done, and that was perfectly fine with me. But you always want to strive for more. You always want to try to perfect your craft and just do better. And so I feel like I was finally able to kind of get over the hump, and hopefully I will continue to grow from here. Yeah, that was the biggest accomplishment. Like I said, I also feel like I kind of found my niche on like what I can present the independently owned kind of dark-skinned community, if you will, right? Because there are very, very few people who are of my complexion or deeper that actually focus on independently owned makeup. Now, that is just a love of mine, because I love supporting somebody, and it literally goes to somebody's table food. It goes to somebody's paying babysitting for their child, or even like literally paying their rent. That brings me happiness. That brings me joy. And so for me, that's why I truly got into supporting independently owned brands. And I will hopefully always be able to financially and just like time-wise be able to do that, because it truly has been something that I've always wanted to do, and I continue to want to keep doing. And I find that for me, because there are so few people of my complexion actually highlighting these brands, doing my like 3 looks on these like very obscure palettes that like nobody, maybe some people haven't even heard of the brand, let alone seen the palette showcased. Even my new makeup releases, I feel like they've been doing really good and they've been helping you all. And it's just been really nice. Now I did get away a little bit from doing my like my perfect palettes. I would have loved to do more last year. It just, like I said, there was so much that I was juggling last year that some things just had to kind of be left in the cracks. And that was just one of those video ideas that just got lost in the sauce. Towards the end, I started doing quite a few of the like get ready with me's that would really highlight like interesting issues and stuff. And between that and some other things, are things that I would like to carry on to 2023. There were so many different things that I wanted to get done during Swagmas, and I just was not able to have that happen. And some of those things are really just showcasing what I already have. I know so many people are really focusing on that right now, and I think that really just shows you how the market is going right now, right? Because things aren't as cheap as they used to be. So many people are highlighting across different social medias like the prices of eggs. Insane. Absolutely insane. And so like, the idea of me maybe spending as much as I used to might not be feasible, especially because I don't make enough at all to live off of YouTube, let alone even buy what I normally buy in a month from just YouTube, like AdSense and stuff. I have received my first paycheck from that, so that is definitely a celebration on that. And I'm actually hoarding any money that I make right now. And I think what I'm going to do for my first kind of purchase with that money is actually to get a vlog camera, because I've been enjoying my vlogs. I think depending on the subject matter, you guys definitely enjoy my vlogs too. And right now I'm truly only using my phone, and depending on the lens that I'm using, like if I'm using the back lens, it's really, really nice. But as soon as I use that front lens, tragic. Absolutely tragic. And there's certain instances where like having to move a video from my phone to my computer and then edit, it just becomes a bit tiresome. And so for me, it would be a little bit nicer if I could do that. That way it's just one less thing that I would have to have some difficulty getting done. And so maybe then I would even be able to upload more vlogs than I am currently doing, because the different configurations that I have to do right now to get my vlogs together, it takes so much. It takes so much. And yeah, it also just puts my mail app into whack for quite some time afterwards. So yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be my first purchase with my YouTube money. I'm really thinking that's going to be the move, and I am very excited to have that happen. I don't think that blush really came off a lot on my skin. I doubt you guys can see, but honestly, I don't have my glasses on. And so not having my glasses on, trying to see, that's not going to work. Let me use that Tarte brush. And maybe now you guys can see. So yeah, very excited for that. It's going to take some time. Whoa, baby, is it going to take some time for me to save up enough money for the camera that I'm thinking about getting. But I think it's going to be worth it. And it's also going to just enforce that I actually truly want to spend that money in that manner. And from then I'll kind of figure out a different method on like how and what I use that money for. But everything that I make from my channel is going into a separate account, and that account is truly going to be used on products to review for you all or something to make my content better. It's not going to be going towards me yeah, if I ever feel the need to put the money towards like me or a personal thing, then I will let you guys know. But for right now, I'm perfectly content with just setting that up in this manner to improve this platform. So yeah, I think this is okay, but it's not a favorite. If you guys know, one of my favorite cream highlighters is actually from Merit. I really like that cream highlighter. I'm not a huge fan of this right now, but I've only tried it once in only one application method. I'll be trying it more, but I wanted to also talk about what to expect from me this year. So I told you guys randomly in the middle of one of my videos that I've already uploaded this year that I will be going back to 3 uploads a week for right now. It's just that's truly the absolute max that I can feasibly get done. But what I did not know at the time of saying that is that I'm going to be switching my actual upload schedule. So this is just a hopeful schedule. If things don't go up on the day that I'm saying right now, that doesn't mean I won't be uploading at all that week. It just means that it was not feasible to get it up on that day. What I am aspiring, hoping to get done is that I will upload Mondays. Mondays will be my new makeup releases. Wednesdays and Fridays. That way I can have an actual weekend. And even saying that, it's not going to be a full-on weekend because I have changed my availability, thankfully, for my retail job, but they are still probably going to be scheduling me on Saturdays. So I'll only really have Sunday is my one day where I'm not obligated to do something. And that's really why I wanted to shift my new makeup releases from Sunday to Monday. That way I'm not like feeling obligated to do anything. If I do stuff, cool, but I don't want to have every day have some form of obligation. I'm burning myself at both ends, and I need to take off some of that pressure. Another way to kind of relieve some of that pressure, and I've kind of hinted towards it at the tail end of last year and even throughout this video, I don't think I'm going to do a project pan this year. I feel like some of my project pans, so I did 3 for the whole year last year, and then I did 1 for like 1 season. And overall, I think that all of my project pans were successful. Every last project pan, for one reason or another, in my opinion, from my perspective, was successful for one reason or another. But that said, there was that pressure I felt because of my own person to target, hit pan. And that's not a bad thing. I understand people wanting to use their makeup. I've wanted to do that in the past, in the current. I do want to use my makeup, but I also want to have that wiggle room to change my products around here and there. You guys saw how bad I did in my eyeshadow project pan, and that's because I was trying to force myself to stick with even just 1 shade out of 6 palettes, and even that was just too narrow-minded for me, for my artistic ability, or whatever you want to call it. That's really where I'm at. Some of the new storage is going to literally be a space for my Shop My Stash, because like I showed you guys in that one video that has my latest Shop My Stash, I will have that down below since I'm referencing it. It's literally in a basket. Unfortunately, right now, that basket is literally on the floor. Sorry, so my camera shut off, and I just decided I was gonna get a head start, at least on my brows. But the idea of having the basket that has my that has my Shop My Stash items in it on the ground, it's just annoying. It also clutters up the actual floor, which, don't get me wrong, I am no stranger to clutter. None. But there's certain aspects where I can't handle it, and after a certain length of time, it just bugs me to no end. So I have a couple of boxes on my floor. Some are actually, almost all of them are things that I'm literally sending to my cousin and my friends in Michigan. So I just want to get those out, get them sent to them so that they can enjoy what they want to enjoy. They can throw away, give away, whatever they want. It just needs to get out of here. And so I just want to move that around. So I will be playing around a little bit with kind of how this setup is. And if you guys want to see that, let me know. I haven't really finalized it. I have some ideas on what I'm going to do, but there's been no final purchasing of everything. I purchased some things, but not everything. So definitely let me know. I'm actually just going to come in because everything else that we're doing is very, very up close and personal. But I did mention very briefly one thing that I wanted to do better in 2023, and I do want to kind of hit on some of those things. One thing that I would love to improve this year is my description box. Now, a lot of times I do not link things, or sometimes my description box just isn't as clean as it could be. Even like my new makeup releases, I pretty much will say, okay, it's not available and blah, blah, blah. But there are some instances where I can at least give you like a loading page, a landing page, maybe even just link you to like the brand's website, their main page or something. And of course, I will continue to indicate if it's affiliated or not. You can continue to either shop through those or not. There's no pressure on that. But I still know from my perspective, like when I'm watching a YouTuber and they're referencing something and I'm like, oh, my ears are perky. I want to know more. I want to see this product. I want to know how expensive it is. I immediately go to their description box and I click find and I try to look for a link. And when I can't, then it becomes like a whole cat and mouse game because you have to hope that they at least listed the product down below so that you can know exactly what to call it in your search. And it just becomes a whole thing. And because I'm reducing my amount of uploads, I am hopeful that I can incorporate that into the few uploads that I do so that it's just overall better for everybody. So that is like first thing that I really want to do. I also want to continue to purchase from some of the newer brands that I tried in 2022. I feel as though in 2022, I did really good with trying to pick good products and brands that I knew and or thought that I would enjoy their products. Previously, I was buying from any Tom, Dick, and Harry around the world, and that's absolutely not a bad thing. Not. But when you have to take in mind the financial component to purchasing from anybody and everybody, and then on top of that, not enjoying statistically all of the things that you're purchasing from just anybody and everybody, I did need to just really take a step back and look at myself and say, Blake, you can't afford to continue to try everything when you're statistically not enjoying even half of the products that you're buying from everywhere. And so I think that is definitely one positive that I had in my purchasing habits of 2022. And I definitely want to continue to move those forward this year. I definitely want to continue to pick really good brands and continue to explore some of those brands that I fell in love with last year, such as Adept Cosmetics. I tried Adept for the first time in 2022 and I completely fell in love with them. I pretty much have almost all of their current palettes. Yes, I know they have a palette that they are now sneak peeking, and I will be talking about that in my new makeup releases that will be coming up on Monday, which is another thing. New makeup releases, I think I'm going to push it back to every other week. At one point, that's what I was doing, and then it just became something that was just expected of me to do every week. And although I do enjoy talking about makeup, I absolutely love talking about it, there's so much more that I want to bring to my channel, and I want to also just showcase old things, showcase different color combinations, just bring a little bit more creativity to my channel than just always talking about the new and showcasing the new. So I'm hopeful that I can kind of do that in my own way. And so for that reason, I'm going to pull back on my new makeup releases and just do it every other week. If for whatever reason I miss a week, I will still be doing it. It's just that week maybe I had too many good ideas or ideas that I really wanted you guys to know about and hear about instead of that, you know? So definitely stay tuned for that. I would always highly recommend checking out my community tab. I do try to stay very active on that, just so that you guys can see what it is that, you know, is the latest launch. Maybe there's something that is launched, sneak peeked, and everything in between my must-have gags. Even now, what I will do is post about it on my community post to get you guys' opinion. Do you want to hear my review on this, or are you guys kind of over it, or whatever have you? So I always recommend you checking that section of my channel out in the event that you are interested. But there's just so much that I am intrigued by. I also would love, now this is kind of a goal of mine. I don't know if it's possible, or kind of honestly, I don't know the ins and outs of how to accomplish it, but I would love to get on one of my favorite makeup brands PR list. I would love it. That would really make my year. There's so many brands that I feel pretty routinely supporting, and I find that for my skin tone, I am one of the only people supporting, and I would love to get on their PR list. Now, full disclosure, the main reason why I would even care to get on that list is because it is a fact of life that if you are a YouTuber, if you get your video edited, uploaded first, you're more likely to get more views. And so for me, especially for quite a few of the brands that I love and constantly purchase from, by the time I get the product is no longer new. There's already been 10 other new releases. And so maybe people aren't really checking for it. Now, that's not always the case. I do think that, you know, you guys are stupid loyal, which I love. And you guys continue to watch my videos no matter how late they are in uploading. And even if you've seen, you know, 10 other people's opinions or whatever, you still continue to value mine, and I truly do appreciate that. But it would be nice, just one brand. It doesn't have to be a big brand. It doesn't even have to be for the whole year. I would just love to kind of have that opportunity, and to see if that's an opportunity that I truly want after it's given to me. Because sometimes, you know, you think the grass is greener on the other side, and then you realize it isn't. You see so many people talking about how they got kicked off of a PR list because they stopped talking about the product, or, you know, they badmouth the product. And, you know, it's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, the brand is giving you that product for free because more or less they do want good publicity. Publicity nonetheless is good at the end of the day, even if it's bad publicity, but most brands want good publicity. And so if you're not providing that, yeah, they're going to kick you off. And like I said, I'm not hoping for, like, you know, a lifetime of being on a PR list. I don't think I'm big enough, and I still don't think that maybe I'm even big enough for some of my favorite brands, but it would just be like a, you know, a dream come true type situation if that was ever a possibility. I think I'm gonna go in with this. This is like a multi-chrome. It's like a green to red situation. So I would love to see what it does with these reds on my lid. This is a chunky shadow. And it's also not picking up. This is the Unearthly palette, by the way. This is the Unearthly, the Weirdos palette. Yeah, it's not picking up on my finger at all. That is super weird. Okay, let me get a brush. I actually hate this brush. Hold on. But other than that, to be honest, I just want to continue to grow, continue to have fun, and to continue to floor. What is going on with this shade? This shade literally, I'm not getting anything off of it. Okay, let me show you guys. I'm literally, so this is a brush. I actually cleaned my brush and I'm digging in. I'm not getting a single drop off of this palette. Okay. Let's try step 3. I'm gonna get a setting spray. This one happens to be from Milk. I think I have a brush hair on my face, which is annoying. I'm gonna spray my brush. Sorry if you heard that in the mic. And I'm gonna try to pick up some product. Yeah, absolutely nothing came off. I don't know this is clearly a dud. Literally no product is coming off. And this is one of my favorite brushes. This is the Muse Beauty, or the ECM W21. It picks up everything. Yeah, there's literally just something wrong with this particular shade, because I just picked up another shade with my thumb. I don't know what happened with that, but great. That just changed my whole idea for this look now. Okay, let me clean off my finger. Let me find that brush that I don't like. Okay. And I'm gonna go into hopefully a shade that works. Yeah, that works. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I'm just so thankful for what I was able to accomplish last year, and I'm excited to see what I can accomplish this year. Last year, I think my total, like my real goal, the only goal that I really had was to meet 1K, and I was able to do it. I would love to hit 1.5 this year. I think that would be a decent goal for me and my channel, and kind of what I intend to do this year. I do want to, of course, do new makeup and like try new makeup. I would love to try more from One Size, from Adept. What other brands? I really enjoyed, so I'm getting back into Juvia's Place. I know I took like a hiatus, but I feel like it's been enough time, and I want to kind of just try to show some more love to them. I also want to really highlight all of the heritage months that are coming up throughout the year. So the first heritage month in the US calendar, I don't know how other countries' calendars are, is actually Black History Month. So that comes up in February. And I do believe last year I just didn't plan enough for me to really do anything. But I'm already starting some planning now, and I'm very excited for that. Hopefully it works the way I would like. I would like to do where every Heritage Month I do one video highlighting, whatever ethnicity there is to highlight. So hopefully that works out, which means pretty much every month I will have 3 videos all about the specific heritage. So very, very excited for that. I have some other things happening in the background as well. And yeah, overall, I'm very, very positive about this year and where it will go. I am so hopeful that it will continue to be trajectory up and not, kind of get worse for whatever reason. I always want to reach for the stars, and then when I don't get there, that's okay, but I want to reach for it. I definitely want to reach for it. Okay, I don't like that in my inner corner. Let me put some of this just in the middle. I'm really disappointed about that multi-chrome. It looks beautiful in the pan, but there's literally nothing. Absolutely no product came off of it. Okay, so I think I'm actually going to pull out a white or a cream shadow to go in that inner corner. I don't really want like a shimmer. So let me find that. I'm thinking the easiest white for me to find is from Blend Bunny. Let me find that. Okay, I have absolutely no idea where that palette is, but the Lorac is still near me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in my inner corner. I really wanted a white, but this at least has a cream. And so I'll just pack that on just to get that contrast going. Okay. So that's good. Somebody asked me to re-showcase the ABH mascara with, I think they said 3 coats, letting them dry in between. So let me get my little magnifying mirror and we will try it. So yeah, I just really want to kind of bring some old YouTube styles back. So one of the videos that I really wanted to get done during Vlogmas, I just did not have the time, is to showcase like a full face of like my most expensive makeup and like a full face with my least expensive makeup. Just showcasing that like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter the price. Okay, so it appears I'm talking too much because my camera shut off on me twice because I've hit the limit of time for it to record, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I did go ahead and just do a second coat on this eye. Once again, there's still no mascara. There's no mascara on this eye. There's 2 coats on this eye. Once again, it's the ABH mascara. But what I was saying was that for me, I really want to bring some of the good aspects of old beauty YouTube back, at least to my channel, just showcasing different things, not necessarily doing challenges, but just showing what I already have in different and unique ways. I also have been wanting to do a video where I showcase YouTubers' favorites from 2022 on my skin tone, on my complexion. Even some of them I'll be sharing for the first time. That's purely why I got these 2 products and some others that you guys saw me haul, and maybe some things that I just had yet to haul. So there's so many different ideas that I have churning up here, and I'm so hopeful that you guys will enjoy them. And of course, as always, if there's a particular product that you want me to review, or even a particular video idea that you would like, do comment down below. I know a while ago somebody asked me to do a video. You did. You asked me, and I was stupid enough to respond saying I'll put it on my list. And literally I hit send and then I got distracted. So if you are that person, and if you by some miracle remember what you asked me to do for a video idea, please put it down in this video. I promise I will not forget to write it down after I said I will do it. Because I genuinely, whatever it was that you asked, I was genuinely interested in it. I just don't remember. I don't. Now, as for this mascara, I feel like 3 coats would be pushing it, especially because I will be putting on lashes. So I'm not going to do it. But I do definitely see some more life coming to this mascara. It definitely is a little bit more clumpy than I'm used to. There is some lengthening aspect. I don't really see volume. I see slight clumping, but that might also be my application. You guys know some people say you have to apply mascara one way or another. I just put the thing on my eye. I put it on my eye. But I think that's pretty much it. I'm just going to throw on these lashes. I've literally been weirdly imagining putting these on again. They felt very voluminous, but on camera they looked fantastic. So I want to go ahead and put these on again, and then once I do, I will come back to kind of close this video out because I have been talking for long enough. Overall, concluding kind of the topic for this video, I am very, very happy with my accomplishments in 2022, and I hope that I'm able to make those and then some in 2023. If you're wondering if I'm somebody who does resolutions, I really don't do resolutions. What I like to do is highlight certain aspects of my life that I would like to improve. And then in addition, I like to kind of reorient myself, right? So at the tail end of 2022, I felt like I had so much on my plate, and I thought I would be reducing at least one of my 2 jobs. Comes to find out that they actually asked me to stay on for like a permanent part-time person, and I chose to do that for personal reasons. I think that it will help to continue to push me to a place that will financially put me in a better spot. So that's that. And so that's not something coming off my plate. I do want to improve my attitude towards my fitness. So I am slowly doing that, whether it's at home workouts or walks or something of that effect. I'm just slowly doing different things to do something better. I reoriented myself to my Pimsleur app, which is basically a language app that I prefer. I've done their tapes through local libraries, and as soon as I realized that they had an app that I could kind of listen to very similar content that they have on those tapes, I downloaded that. And so I am hopeful that I can reinvigorate my Japanese that I learned when about 10 years ago now. And I keep saying every year, oh, I want to do it when I kind of finally settle down. You never know when you're going to finally settle down, and you never know when you're going to take your last breath. And so I'm trying to live every day, for the moment, and to live life fuller. And I think that was one of the biggest lessons that I had to learn in 2022, because I was living for a plan and not living to live life. So that is one thing that I learned, and I'm hopeful that I can continue to bring that into every day in 2023, even the sad ones, because I definitely have some sad days along with my happy days. But I just wanted to briefly kind of at the tail end of this video talk about all of the makeup that is currently on my face. I'm pretty much happy with everything, and a couple of these were first impressions. As for the lip cream, which is from Revolution, it is not transfer proof, so if that's something that you need, definitely would not recommend it. It might also be the lip liner. With these creamier lip liners, I find that they don't stay really well to your lips, but I've been drinking a little something in between my takes and stuff, and it just hasn't stayed away. It's actually worn away very quickly in that inner rim of my lower lip line. As for the NYX concealer, when I swatched it in my birthday haul, I thought it was going to be way too dark. It actually did give some brightness. Unfortunately, that brightness was kind of removed very quickly with my powder that I set it with, but I actually do think that this is going to be a decent shade for me, and I will have the shade down below, but in case for whatever reason I forget, it's in shade Camel. As for that powder that I referenced, today I actually used it with a sponge, and I did that because I didn't want an overly mattifying look, and I feel like my base looks still quite dewy, natural finish to it, which I am very, very happy with. So yeah, very, very happy with that, and I will continue to use this in that manner. I want to see longevity wise how it is, but with that application, I'm not hating it as much as I did in my first kind of application impressions. The only other thing that I think was a first impressions, other than the item blush, I don't really have too many thoughts. It's a blush. That's how I feel about it so far, is this highlighter cream from Tarte. I don't love it. I think it appears better on camera than it maybe looks in person. I will say when I came in close doing something on my face, I did feel like it actually looks better than it does from afar. Remember, I wear glasses, so looking at it from even a slight distance, it is something to behold, because I am actually nearsighted. So if you know what that means, you know what that means. As for the eyeshadow palette, so far I am truly only disappointed in the Glamour shade. I don't know why it was so hardly pressed that I literally can't get any product off. I think off of my own downtime, I'm going to try to scrape it to see if I can just get that top layer off. I know there's some shadows where they're so hardly pressed that that top layer is pretty much just like a cover, and you really have to scrape that off to really get to the product. I would love to see if that shadow is just that, and then if that's the case, it's not that big of a deal, but still, nonetheless, if there's somebody who picked this up, which these were not cheap, and they did not know that trick, they will have probably felt like they ultimately wasted their money. So food for thought on that. But overall, like I said, I did enjoy my products. I've enjoyed my years so far on YouTube, and I will continue to enjoy my years. I think this year is my 6th year with my channel. I may be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is. And you guys really have grown with me. I mean, some of my earlier videos. They're still up if you really want to see them. But there's definitely been an evolution with my channel. Even going back to the beginning of 2022, there has been an evolution. And I can't wait to see where this evolution takes me. So that's all I got for you guys. I'm sure I talked your head off for a very long time. I will see you guys in my next video, which will be in a couple of days. Alrighty guys, bye.